to the next in our series of chats to our local East Anglian business owners. Today I'm talking to Alex Parish from Whittley Parish Estate Agents. Good afternoon, Alex. How are you today?
Good afternoon, Martin. Very well, thanks. Yourself?
I'm doing great, smashing. Thank you very much, Alex. And thank you for taking the time to chat to us today. So,
my pleasure.
Good, great. Let's get started. Why don't you tell me a bit about your business?
We're an independent agent, established in 1994. It's originally set up by my father, Kevin, and his business partner recently, 12 months ago, financed to take on the company, which is where we are today.
Oh, wow. So you took the company on 12 months ago?
Yeah. Just a month before lockdown.
Wow, that must have been a big step for you.
Yeah. At the time, I thought, what had I done? Head in the hands.
And how long before you took over did you say that your father and his partner had the business?
They originally established in 1994, so they broke away from the corporate scene and set up themselves.
Right, so very well established, and very well established in the local dis area.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, very much so. Well, we like to think so.
Okay, great. And I presume your father and his partner were very established locally, so that must have been a bit of a challenge to some big boots to fill there.
Yeah, very much. Yeah, you always hear the saying: the first generation make it, the second generation hold it, the third generation squander it. But yeah, so I always feel destined bound to achieve more than what my father did.
So you're gonna buck that trend. You're gonna buck the trend. Fantastic.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. So who's your ideal client?
Ideal client, local people looking to sell. People that have been within the area, someone that we can build a rapport with that individual and feed out to family and friends. Local recommendations is important to us.
And is there any specific sort of target market you look at? I mean, that's your ideal client, but is there any specific target market that you look at?
Yeah, mainly focused at properties between 100 to 500,000. So that's sort of our bread and butter. Focusing on those sellers and to landlords across the board.
Wow. Okay. So you said obviously that you took the business over just at the start of lockdown. So look, quite a question. So how has COVID-19 affected your business then?
It sounds awful to say, but over the last sort of 12 months, so I wouldn't change a single thing. We have been an industry which we're very blessed that we've been able to continue and operate, and there's been a big demand in housing. So for us, it is going to be one of the company's best years on records. We're very, very lucky to be within that. Future years might not be so much the same, but yeah, I wouldn't go back and change a thing. Learned a lot in the last 12 months. Is there anything
you've done you think has helped contribute to that success? I mean, obviously you said the market's been quite buoyant, but what sort of things have you done as well within your business to help facilitate that success?
I think effectively looked at things in the first lockdown, thought, well, we can either crawl up, we can cut back, or there's a feeling that the market at some point will bounce back, and if we're ahead of the game on the front foot, we can capitalize on that. So we took the view. We didn't furlough. We furloughed two members of 26 members of staff. We kept everyone running. Even though during lockdown, the first lockdown, we couldn't do anything, there's a feeling that if you shut someone down, it takes them a while to start. So let's throw in everything we've got at this. Hopefully we can come out of the other side and gain market share, or certainly be ahead of the competition on things, which, in our view, looking back on it, we got onto the front foot and got ahead of the competition, which has helped follow through.
So your mental attitude was, let's tackle this head on and let's go in with a positive mental state of mind, rather than head in the hands and doom and gloom.
Definitely.
And you believe that's what's paid dividends to you, being able to drive the top line through a very, very stormy period of time.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think where some of the competition fell asleep on and slowed up, we were able to pick away and gain more off the back of it.
Fantastic. So have you made any changes within your business, any changes within your structure or your processes that you think have helped you as well?
Yeah, it gave, I mean, certainly within the first lockdown, it gave that period of time. Actually, you know, I found as a new business owner, to, even though I'd been within the business for 7 years prior to that, it gave a chance to, you know, restructure, look at things. Generally, you know, as a small company, you're flying around day to day. You don't really get the time, unless it's falling asleep in the evening, to reassess things. Actually having a period of time where I could look back, break things down, see where we could make improvements, make gains, cut back on costs. That was a really, really useful period of time that, you know, in a normal year, I just wouldn't have had the time to do.
Okay, that's a good share. That's a good share. So taking the time out to really start looking at all the cost lines of your business and structure, and where time is being spent and how it's being, how effective that time is being spent has been pretty key to you.
Yeah, we definitely made some gains on that, and still got a lot of those gains to make, but certainly better place than where we were.
I'm sure we can look at that at some point. So is there something you'd like to say or share with your customers or your prospective customers?
I think, yeah, the biggest thing for me, I remember being told when I was younger, and it didn't ring true at the time, when the going gets tough, the tough get going, and that was in the forefront of my mind. Not just taking on the company, but, you know, looking into, or trying to look into the future as to where the market will be around the COVID scare, and you just have to crack on and get on with it. You need to be looking at things on a risk analysis basis, yeah, and the probability of where things will be, but just getting on, pushing hard, and a grafter will always get there.
I remember the song, but I can't remember who sang it. Can you?
No, fortunately not.
You're going to say it's before your time, Alex, aren't you?
I almost did, yeah.
So look, we're obviously in lockdown number 3. So what is the one thing that you're missing during this lockdown?
Actually being able to plan better for just strategic growth, and looking at things not just on organic growth within the company, but trying to accelerate that now. You know, I think a lot of companies will be, or a lot of the competition will be sitting and waiting, and, you know, now's the time to be on the front foot and push forwards with that. So, you know, for us as a small company, we want to expand, we want to get better at what we do, we want to offer better customer service levels, and be head and shoulders above the competition. So yeah, sort of analysing what has worked, what hasn't worked, and you know, hopefully having that advice to hand to push forwards.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's a great share, and I think you're right. I think being proactive around what you're going to do in your market and having plans to I suppose post COVID will allow you to bounce out the traps or bounce out the starter blocks a lot quicker than your competition. So I think it's a great share, and one that I'm sure a lot of other businesses will get a lot from. So to thank you for that. So I suppose, you know, it's been a tough, you know, year and a bit so far. So I mean, what have you really learned about yourself, especially in the last 4 months?
Found more determination, and really, you know, the will to succeed and the want to succeed. You know, I think that becomes, for me, on my journey so far, that the excitement of taking on a good company that was going well, to seeing everything sort of crushing around you. I think it's probably one of the best things that any of us could have happened, because if you can survive this, you can survive anything. So it gives me confidence for the future. Where I've got through the last 12 months, you know, nothing's impossible.
No, very well said, very well said. And I suppose the final question for me today for you is what or who has inspired you the most in your life?
I would say my father's been he's probably been my biggest critic, and yeah, he's tough love, but I think that's a good thing. You know, you're not given anything for free. You need to crack on and make your own way in life, and certainly nothing's been gifted to me with the company. I've had to pay full whack for it, and yeah, I think that's a good thing. Keeps you honest.
Yeah, no, I know, absolutely. Biggest critic, but probably your biggest fan as well. It's just, yeah, I'm sure he does both. I'm sure he does both.
Yeah.
Look, there's been some great shares there, around target market, around mindset, around positive attitude, and stealing market share, which I'm sure a lot of other businesses will learn from and take a lot of solace and a lot of encouragement from. So, look, all this remains for me to say now, Alex, is look, thank you very much for your participation today. It's been brilliant. And look, I will see you. I'll see you very, very soon. And have a great day.
Definitely. Thanks, Martin. Take care.